Greetings everybody and welcome to Madrid Ball. I hope you all are safe and sound. The day of reckoning has arrived, Madridistas. Real Madrid take on Chelsea in the second leg of the Champions League quarterfinals at the majestic Santiago Bernabeu. It's a day where the two teams would have the same agenda on their mind. One would be hoping for a miracle, the other would be hoping to get the job done in a professional manner. Real Madrid obviously are the firm favourites to go through. They are in the driver's seat. A 2-goal cushion should be enough to take Madrid over the line. Chelsea, on the other hand, would be hoping to be just the second team in the Champions League history to overturn a 2-goal deficit following a first leg home defeat. So the tie is nicely set up. Real Madrid would be looking to avoid complacency. They know what's on the line. They have the experience of getting the job done from these circumstances. And lastly, Ancelotti as well would be hoping to qualify for the semi-finals of the Champions League for the 8th time and become the coach with most semi-final appearances, a record which is also held by Pep Guardiola and Jose Mourinho. So in this video, we'll do the match preview of Real Madrid versus Chelsea. We'll go through the pre-match thoughts of Carlo Ancelotti, and we'll end this video by doing the match predictions. So come on, let's get started. And starting by talking about the opposition, Chelsea of course are the underdogs of the night. They were all over the place at the Stamford Bridge, and even their manager Thomas Tuchel was very pessimistic of his team's chances after the first leg. He had openly come out to say that there was no chance Chelsea were going to go through, which again stirred a lot of controversy. Now it's quite possible that it was a psychological trick that the manager was trying to pull off, but the manager knows reasonably well that it's going to be a monstrous task to get the scoreline at the Bernabeu, which would let his team go through to the next round. However, just ahead of the match, Tuchel in the press conference showed a much positive outlook. He had said, "We need nothing else other than a fantastic script. The task and the challenge is incredibly hard against who we play and where we play. We're allowed to dream. It's sometimes important to imagine things and dream about it. It will not shift the focus. We will support our team. We will try hard. It's a sport and it's a game, and that's the beauty of the game, that everything is possible always." So from these words, we can see Tuchel is trying to bring some positivity in the camp. The recent display against Southampton would have also helped in gaining confidence. The Blues, as we saw, were able to put 6 past the Premier League side, and apparently here the Chelsea fans, instead of chanting their team's name, were rather busy sending a message to Real Madrid. It is said that the fans were chanting, "Are you watching Real Madrid?" as the Blues demolished the Premier League opponents, and this is the classic case of arrogance for me. You'd imagine that they'd show some respect after eating humble pie in the previous week, but no, they are still as arrogant as they ever have been, and that is why it is even more important to silence those English fans and teach them a lesson one more time. So the match is set up well. Some news sources are reporting that Real Madrid fans also have taken measures to counter the slogans of the Chelsea fans. As per Radio Marca, Real Madrid are preparing a huge tifo for the match, and in that there would be the image of a king with a 13 number card in his hand and the text, "Don't mess with the kings of Europe." So certainly the verbal battle has picked up. Both teams are going to play for their honor, and we should be in for another fascinating night at the Santiago Bernabeu. And coming to the team news, Chelsea have travelled to Madrid without their striker Romelu Lukaku, who is out with injury. Callum Hudson-Odoi also misses out. And as for Real Madrid, this, as you see, is the scoreless for the game. Militao is the only player from the starting 11 who would be missing due to suspension. But apart from that, Ancelotti has a good enough squad with rested players who have the task of producing more magic when the entire world would have their eyes on them. Moving on, let's hear what the coach had to say in the pre-match press conference. The coach spoke about the tactics and about Casemiro, but firstly, while previewing the match, Ancelotti said, "Everyone is well aware that it's going to be a difficult game. The fans know, and so do we. It's the Champions League quarterfinals, and regardless of what happened in the first leg, we are well aware that in order to reach the semi-finals, we'll have to suffer, to fight, to compete, and be in the game for 90 minutes. He further said, "I have the squad that is very much familiar with the type of match and is aware of what has happened in the past and what can happen. We won't be going out relaxed, and the spirit in the squad today is a happy one due to the big opportunity we have to play in the game to reach the Champions League semi-finals. We're up against a very strong side, and we do have a lot of respect for them." Then Ancelotti was asked how the team would set up against Chelsea, and the coach diplomatically replied, "We'll see what the lineup will be. We'd like to put on the same performance and approach it the same as in the first leg, although we are expecting the opposition to be at their best in this game in an attempt to go through to the next round. We think they'll change things around because it didn't go their way in the first game, and we have to be prepared for anything. Chelsea have a lot of quality and some very good players. We are certain they'll play better than they did in the first leg, and we have to be ready. Then Ancelotti was asked about the role of Casemiro in the side, and through his words he highlighted the importance of the Brazilian in the side. He said he gained experience and built his character in recent times and is still a very important player for this club. He'll continue to be so as well because there aren't many players in the world with his experience and ability to play that position. And lastly, the coach was asked about his future at Real Madrid, and Ancelotti replied, "I've got a very long contract and I'm not thinking about anything else. I'm happy if the club's happy, and if the club isn't, I'm thankful for the time I've had here. I'm confident everything will be worked out at the end of the season, and that I will be happy." So those are the thoughts of the coach, and let's conclude this video by doing the match predictions. In goal, there would be the Belgian wall. In the backline, Nacho should be the one replacing the suspended Eder Militao, and along with him, we should see Dani Carvajal, David Alaba, and Ferland Mendy. In the midfield, I am suspecting that Ancelotti would again go with 4 midfielders. Kroos and Modric didn't play in the weekend. They would arrive into the game well rested, and the two would be accompanied by Casemiro and Fede Valverde. It would be another game where the dynamic nature of Valverde should come in handy, and the 4 masters in the midfield should do enough to gain control of the match and create some decent chances for the strikers up front. And finally in attack, Karim Benzema and Vinicius should lead the attack for Real Madrid. So that, as you see, is my predicted lineup. And as for the scoreline predictions, I predict Real Madrid 2, Chelsea 1. And that is all I have here. Do let me know how you're feeling ahead of the game, and what scoreline are you predicting right in the comments below. I'll see you soon. Till then, take care. Glory to Madrid. And as always, Hola Madrid.